Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Hinckley Leicester Road. It is the biggest game of the season so far. Yes, we are only on the 23rd of September, but it is us against league favourites Grantham. They are top of the table at the minute. We have a game in hand. We're unbeaten in the opening 6, 4 wins, 2 draws. We'll go through those results after this game. Let's get into it. It's the main event of the episode, the opening game, Hinckley Leicester Road versus Grantham. We've gone with a changed side. We've gone Boyd in goal, Warren, Hutchins, Reese and Tallick, Williams and Flitcroft in the midfield, Jackson on the left, Rollins on the right and Turner playing just behind Massey. A couple of changes due to the fact that we're now playing this gegenpress system. We're just trying to keep players fresh. There will be a lot of rotating, especially as stamina seems to be more of an issue with this latest update. So let's get into the game. Big game for us. Hinckley Leicester Road versus Grantham. We're at home. Let's hopefully get 3 points on the board. We're in the opening highlight of this game now as Cook takes a short throw into Paris and he looks back to Christie. Square ball for Green. And we really need to put the press on high up against this team. And Alakami's in behind into Cooper. And it's a simple finish. Caught the goalkeeper off guard. And Grantham lead inside 9 minutes. It's 1-0. It was a great counter-attacking goal. They broke from the back. We gave them too much space around the back. Couple of quick passes. And Shaw's ball to Alakami, who was in between the centre-backs. And he just squared the ball selflessly to Cooper, who puts the ball into the back of the net. 1-0. Corner kick here, Cook with the in-swinger, puts the ball in, a bullet header from loose green, and we have found our match here. It's Hinckley 0, Grantham 2, 11 minutes on the clock, and this is a really poor start. Corner kick, Hinckley Leicester Road, Rollins, out-swinger, ball in, and it's smashed away by Christie. Jackson will pick it up under a bit of pressure, but he gives it to Warren on the left-hand side. Warren now, holding the play up, looks back to Hutchins. Infield to Williams. Ball over top. Rollins is in behind. Here comes Jay Rollins. And he's missed the opportunity. McLean got the block in there. And it's still 2-0. And there'll be another corner kick here on the near side as Rollins will put it in. Turner gets up. And it's tipped onto the bar by Pollard. And we created a couple of opportunities here. We have been the better team. Grantham's just been more clinical here early on. As Boyd will take the short goal kick. And it's fired up to Turner. Rollins into Massey. Tallick's on the right hand side. But it's a poor ball. And Grantham can collect and bring it away as Pollard looks long. The flick onto Shaw. Was he onside? I think he might have been. And he fires it over the bar. Great chance to seal the game here within 20 minutes. And they don't take it. Shaw now plays that through to Alakami. Alakami scores. 3-0. And that's twice. He's got in between our two centre-backs. Got through one-on-one and clinical finishing. And we have just been absolutely outclassed. We've started the season so well, as I'll show you in a minute. But we have just been played off the park in this first half. Hinckley Leicester Road 0, Grantham 3. Half time in this match. And the stats don't look that bad. 15 shots, 3 on target. 9 for Grantham, 6 on target. A lot more clinical. Our XG is actually slightly better. But those 2 goals in 2 minutes have really hurt us. And we've just not got back into the game. We created a couple of opportunities in that first half. The header from the corner, notably, which was tipped onto the bar. But we just haven't been good. We've let them have a couple of clear-cut opportunities. That's not good, and hopefully we can restore some pride in the second half. I don't think we'll get back into this game now, but it's all about getting a goal on the board and just really pushing them in the second half. Williams now into Jackson, goes past his man. Can he get the finish away? And Pollard tips it over the bar. There's a great chance there. Angle's a little bit tight, and a good save from Pollard as Rollins puts the corner in, and Christie can bring it down the edge of the 6-yard box and hack it away. Cook with the throw into Cooper. Cook receives it back and Hutchins can win that header comfortably and Rollins can bring it out inside his own half back to Flitcroft. Lovely little triangle between him and Turner, but Rollins has been stopped by McLean. Williams now in the centre circle to Flitcroft. Rollins again. At ball out to Tallick, got a little bit of space. Men coming towards him though. He gets past McLean who brings him down. It's going to be a red card. Second yellow for McLean. And Grantham are down to 10 men. It just gives us a glimmer. Cook out-swinging corner, puts the ball in, and the header comfortably saved by Boyd. And hopefully that's not the end of the highlight. We can get a counter-attack on here. So Boyd looks long. Clements will try and win it, and he does win it. And he's head that out to the left-hand side, gets towards the byline, loses Clements, and then he loses out to Biggs. Poor control of the football. And Shaw can bring it down there in a good position. Alakami over halfway into Paris. Back to Shaw. Alakami again. Shaw, who's got into a good position, but really well done from Flitcroft there. Jackson Jr. Flitcroft, Campbell on the left-hand side. Can he get the ball into the box? Gets towards the byline, gets the ball in. Rollins is there. It's 3-1. 27 minutes left on the clock, and there's a glimmer of hope as Jay Rollins taps in from inside the 6-yard box. Well worked out to the left-hand side. Campbell gets towards the byline, squares it across. Jay Rollins gets ahead of the goalkeeper and just touches it into the net. It's 3-1. Back to Paris. Clements cuts out that ball there, and Hinckley LRFC can come forward. Tackled by Biggs, but Rollins picks it up. It's a little bit scrappy there in the centre of the park, and Rollins can play a 1-2 with Hutchinson and can bring it away. Flitcroft in the centre circle to Williams. Looks at ball over top. Clemens takes it down, hits the woodwork, and Shaw clears it away for a corner kick, and that was a great opportunity there. Rollins, corner kick, puts the ball in, and Shaw comfortably heads it away. And Rollins will pick it back up infield to Campbell. Hutchins. Williams now. Looks for Clemens. Clemens with the shot, is just wide. 3-1 here at the Leicester Road Stadium. We've been absolutely killed by a first half performance which was nowhere near good enough. 2 goals in 2 minutes killed us off. Cooper and Green getting the goals there. Olakami got a third on the 35th minute. McLean sending off made things a little bit easier for us. We created a number of opportunities. 25 shots, 9 on target. We just weren't clinical today. No one really turned in a great performance apart from Rollins, who got the goal, and Campbell, who got the assist. You see our formation ended up very asymmetrical towards the end of the game as we were looking for another goal. A 2.73 XG shows that we created some decent opportunities, just could not take them. It's a poor result, and I was getting excited before this episode started that we were in a good position to get promoted this season. I think that's brought us down to earth with a bit of a bump, and it's finished here. Hinckley Leicester Road 1, Grantham 3. So, since the last episode and that 2-0 victory over Redhill in the FA Cup, we beat Belper 4-0. Then we had an issue where a couple of players come to us saying that Morgan Piper should be playing more. We played him in the next game against Chasetown. We drew 2-2, which also gave us this goal scored by Chasetown, the opening goal of the game. Piper got into absolute no man's land, and as you can see here, played a 6.1. Absolutely woeful performance from him. We've had a big bust up since. He'll no longer be playing. We've been trying to get him out of the club. We then followed that up with a 3-0 defeat against Felixstowe. I'm not sure what happened here. We just got absolutely pummeled. Rollins with a 5.7, Benson with a 6, Campbell with a 6.2. No one turned up. We missed the penalty as well. We just got hit very quickly, 45, 55 and 60 minutes. So we're out of the FA Cup. At least we made the first qualifying round this time. We then went to Worcester and beat them 3-0. Diego Di Girolamo got 2 goals. Oscar Massey got the other one. We then drew 1-1 with Sutton Coldfield. Went 1-0 down. We got a late equaliser there. And then the game you just saw against Grantham where we lost 3-1. So all in all, after all that, we are in second place. We have 14 points from 7 games. We're 4 points behind Grantham now after losing to them. We also played Northwich in the FA Trophy. We win our game in hand. We're back to within a point of Grantham. And like I say, we do look good. Oscar Massey has been scoring a few goals. Hugo Jinkinson in the defence has been fantastic. I think the issue is that maybe some of our fringe players aren't as good as I thought they may be. So when it comes to switching up the team, we're going to have to be very careful going forward. And just the one transfer since the last episode, and that's Toby Raisin, who came in at the back end of last season. He has gone to Lingfield on loan. We just needed to get another centre-back off the books, so he has gone out on loan to Lingfield. The game against Walsall Wood has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at the Leicester Road Stadium. We're going to play the Northwich game in the FA Trophy first qualifying round. We're going to play that off camera, and we'll probably come back for the Stamford game on the 4th of October. So even though we're going to play the game off camera, I thought I'd just let you know the team that I'm going to pick for the FA Trophy game against Northwich. I'm not overly bothered by this competition. To me, promotion is all that matters this season. So the team we've gone with is a team that haven't played a lot of games. It's Piper in goal, it's Warren, Reese, Hutchins and Tallock, Fenton and Douglas in the midfield, Jackson Jr. on the left, Jackson in the middle, Turner on the right, Clemens up front. These are all the players that have played the least amount of games so far this season. Give them a little bit of game time, rest some of the first teamers, and hopefully we can pick up a result. So defeat 1-0 to Northwich in the FA Trophy first qualifying round. 48th minute goal from Bolton was the difference. We played okay, not great. A few poor performances there. Reese had a really poor one. Era Jackson Jr. and Turner on the wings also had poor games. But like I said, it wasn't about that this season. It's about promotion. It's about trying to finish top of the table. So it frees up our calendar for the rest of the year. It's all about the league now. So another big game in the context of this season. It's 4th against 5th. It's Stamford against Hinckley Leicester Road. We are away today. The team is as follows. It's Boyd in goal. It's Baggett and Sumbu, Jinkinson and Anakin. Williams and Flitcroft in the midfield. Di Girolamo on the left. Rollins on the right and Benson playing just behind Oscar Massey. Let's get into the game. We need to bounce back with a victory. We haven't won in the last 2 in the league, last 3 in all competitions. So we need to get back into this and get back to winning ways. Anakin with his throw on the near side to Benson, who tries to flick it on and comfortably dealt with, and Flitcroft over halfway to Williams. Benson now. Anakin on the right hand side, he keeps it in, gets to the byline, can he get the cross in? Has to pull it back to Flitcroft, bit of space. Williams has the ball out to the left of him, Baggett in towards the box. Di Girolamo's tackled, it's fired away, and the flick onto Russell, and they've got him behind it. It's Johnson in the right channel, out wide to Smith. Gets towards the byline, pulls it back to Richards, cross towards the far stick. Russell, and it's touched in by Johnson. Was he offside? He wasn't, and it's 1-0. Russell here on the left-hand side. Pulls it back, all the way back to Abbey. Into Russell again, Johnson. Abbey gets him behind. Anakin gets the footing, but it only reaches Russell. White to the byline, puts it across Johnson. And again, that looked like there should be another flag. And we've conceded 2 goals here that have looked very, very controversial. As Johnson to Abbey, Anakin got the footing. Russell picked up the loose ball. White on the left-hand side. He went past his man. Got the cross in. I think Johnson was onside when the ball was played. It's a great finish. And we're 2-0 down. And yeah, we've actually got a tight offside replay this time. And it's the man on the right-hand side who's playing him on. And for as good as we've been off camera and in the last episode, we have been absolutely smashed in the first half of these opening 2 games. That ball is smashed away, and Jinkinson can pick it up here on the near side. He'll bring it forward, short ball into Flitcroft. It's a poor ball, and Richards dispossesses him, and he fires it over from 25 yards. We're kind of fortunate there. Freeman now, down the line for White. Abbey goes past his man towards the byline. He's held up though. Rollins brings him down. He's going to get a second yellow for that. That looked like a nothing challenge, and Jay Rollins has got himself sent off. Smith with a corner kick towards the far post, and it's headed in by George Wyatt. It's 3-0. Vince in swinging corner. That is awful. Vince, short ball, and George Wyatt scores a hat-trick. A second half hat-trick for him. No nonsense centre back has scored a hat-trick against us in what is about 25 minutes in the second half, and we've lost 5-0, and I have no words to describe that performance. Awful. And we come back for the home game against Spalding United, who are also in playoff contention this season. So it's another tough game. It's the 3rd of 4 games in this episode. The final game will be the game against Coventry United, who got promoted last season. The team for today is as follows. It's Boyd, Campbell and Sumbu, Jinkinson and Anakin, Williams and Fenton in midfield, Benson on the left, Jackson Jr. on the right, Di Girolamo playing just behind Matty. We've gone for a team with a higher average rating after last game's collapse, I think is the best word to describe it. Di Girolamo is unhappy with the team talk that I gave after the Stamford game. Wish I could have given the answer I wanted to give against him, because it just wasn't good enough. And I think I was well within my right to get angry with the players after such a poor performance. But we're hoping to turn this form around and get a victory today. So today's game, home game against Spalding United. Let's get into it. So 4th place Spalding against us, who are in 10th today, and the first highlight, we'll see Spalding on the ball, but Di Girolamo picks it up, and Benson on the left-hand side goes back in field to Di Girolamo, back to Nsumbu. Fenton now, just inside the Spalding half. A lot of space. Jinkinson can run into it now, gives it to Jackson Jr. Anakin's on the outside of him. He'll get towards the byline. Can't get the crossing. Does. Williams gets up, it's headed away, but Nsumbu will pick it up. Fenton. Williams now. Ball out to the left and Campbell. Benson turns, shoots, hits the woodwork, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Corner kick here. Jackson Jr. puts the ball in towards the near post, headed away. Fenton can pick it back up. Tackle comes in by Curry. Fenton again, and Nsumbu. Little 1-2. No space for him though, and he has to go back to Campbell. And Nsumbu. Jinkinson. Don't want to lose possession here. Ball over the top. Williams is in behind, and Charlie Williams fires in, and we've scored our first goal in I think it's 3 games. Hinckley Leicester Road 1, Spalding 0. It's a ball over the top, and Charlie Williams with a great finish. Jinkinson just gives it to Nsumbu, and he just chips it over the top. Williams with a great running between the centre backs, and that's a lovely volley. Hinckley 1, Spalding 0. Corner kick. Di Girolamo puts the ball in. And there's a penalty being given, and Diego Di Girolamo will take it. I was going to change that there quickly. He missed the last penalty he had. He steps up, left-footed, and he's missed another penalty, and that was absolutely awful. Massey, Benson, looks back for Massey. It's a ball to the right hand side, and Jackson Jr.'s in behind, puts it under the goalkeeper, and Era Jackson Jr. makes it 2-0, and we finally get that second goal 5 minutes before half time. Hinckley Leicester Road 2, Spalding 0. Lovely play as we went back on the counter attack. Massey turned, and it's a great through ball inside the fullback, and Jackson Jr. with a lovely finish under the Spalding goalkeeper, and it's 2-0. Free kick here, Crawford. Sanko's got a free header, and what a sloppy goal to give away. 2-0 up, and it's a free kick, and no one's picked up Sanko at the far stick. He's about 8 yards out, and he's just got a free header, and he just picks his spot, heads it in, and with 25 minutes to go, it's 2-1, and we really need to get back a 2-goal advantage here as Campbell goes infield to Williams. It's a poor ball, it's smashed away, but Boyd can collect it, and his ball is into Nsumbu. Campbell on the left hand side, Benson now, back to goal, just inside the Spalding half, back to Campbell, Williams, Di Girolamo, and Nsumbu. We're knocking it around nicely. We're doing what we were doing off camera and hanging on to possession of the football. No long balls, no sloppy giving the possession away, as Williams now back. And it's nice little triangles, goes into Massey, back to goal, Jackson Jr. Ball through, Massey, 1-on-1, and Oscar Massey gives us the 2-goal advantage once again. That was absolutely fantastic play from us. We just patiently knocked the ball around, not necessarily probing for the opening, but as soon as the opening came, we took it. Great through ball from Era Jackson Jr. Massey 1-on-1, puts it under the goalkeeper. It's 3-1. And this should be a return to winning ways for us. And we're going to run out 3-1 victors here over Spalding. A much better performance. Massey, Benson, Di Girolamo, Jackson Jr. all getting a 7 rating or above. Fantastic performance. 3-1 victory. Back to winning ways. And hopefully we can take that on to a local derby against Coventry in the next match. So that win takes us back up to 6th place. We have 2 games in hand over Grantham, and if we win both games, we go level on points with them. So even after those 2 bad results against Grantham and Stamford, who both sit 1st and 2nd of the table, we can go back joint top if we win our games in hand. So things aren't as bad as I first thought. Stamford's goal difference is now plus 13 after that 5-0 victory over us. That may be something we have to try and claw back as this season progresses. But we're not in a bad position. 6th place. We were up in 2nd when the episode started. Hopefully we can end the episode back in the playoff places. But we go to Coventry, who sit in 16th, and it's a much more winnable game than the last 3 we've had. It's a local derby against Coventry United at the Butts Arena. Couple of changes. The team is Boyd, Warren and Nsumbu, Hutchins and Anakin, Williams and Flitcroft in midfield, Benson one side, Jackson Jr. the other, Di Girolamo playing just behind Massey. Warren came in at left back, Hutchins has come in at centre back, and Flitcroft comes in the centre of midfield. Let's get into the game right now and let's keep this bit of form going. Benson now, back to Nsumbu, and this is what we did in the last game that we didn't show in the games against Grantham or Stamford. Nice passing, hanging on to possession. Massey brings it forward now, goes into the right hand channel towards the byline, puts the cross in. Di Girolamo goes down, and there's going to be a penalty kick. And I am going to see if I can edit the penalty taker before it goes through. Di Girolamo missed the last penalty. He's got 10 composure, 10 finishing. I am going to give it to Era Jackson Jr. I think. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the backside. See if we can confirm that, and hopefully it is. That's not Di Girolamo taking it. I believe that's Era Jackson Jr. that is taking it. Steps up, right footed, he scores. We finally score a penalty, and it's 1-0. Coventry United 0, Hinckley Leicester Road 1. The push, I think it was on Di Girolamo, and I didn't want him to take it, especially missing the last 2, and that's a great penalty from Jackson Jr. JJ with the opening goal of the game. Hinckley Leicester Road 1, Coventry 0, and there's another highlight straight after it, and Nsumbu has the ball now, short to Warren. Williams tries to switch it, and that's why we don't want those long balls being played, because they're getting cut out far too often, and the ball over the top, and it's a great chance for Enesu Sizamei, and it's 1-1. A goal has been scored. Angel Luis with the goal, a simple tap in. McBoy didn't move. Leonard got in behind the defence, pulls it back, and Angel Luis, it should have been cleared. Is that Nsumbu there? It is. He should have cleared the ball. He didn't. And it's 2-1, and that is sloppy. The late highlight here as Muldoon in the right back position gives it to Leonard. Sissamei, Leonard again now. Trying to get away from his man. We need to get the ball back. We can't get an equaliser if we don't have possession of the football. Muldoon back to Mills. A lot of their players seem to be on yellow cards. Thornton goes in for that now. Cross switches it across to Leonard, who's got a bit of space. We need to get out to him. There's about 40 seconds left. He gets past his man, ball in, and Angel Luis seals it with his second of the game. It's 3-1, and this episode has been absolutely dreadful. 3 defeats and a win, and the win in the game that I didn't think we were going to get it in. This was a game that I thought we had a chance. There was a reason why I wanted to show this game, because I want to see how much further ahead of Coventry United we were, especially as they were in playoff contention with us in that opening season, and we've been beaten 3-1, and we've been okay today. Our XG has been very good. We just haven't scored a goal from open play, and that is really poor. Some poor performances there. Anakin with a 6.6, Douglas with a 6.7. I mean, the players that came off, Warren 6.3, Williams 6.2, Benson 6.2. No one was good there. And with that, we're going to end the episode there. If you've enjoyed the episode, and I don't know why you would have after such awful performances from the boys, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to come back yet, but we're probably going to play through probably close to Christmas, and we'll probably come round for that Christmas period.